Please adhere to YouTube selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be smoking a cigarette in what once was a designated smoking area at a public park near me. I'm currently standing in between two different buildings. There's this brick building behind me and this brick building in front of me. And right next to this brick building right here, there is a park bench and an ashtray. And there used to be a sign saying that this area right here is indeed a designated smoking area. However, for the last few weeks, they've been putting up plywood on the windows, possibly in preparation of destroying these buildings. And when they started putting the wood on the windows, I figured they also removed this designated smoking area sign right here because there was no longer anybody using these buildings. As such, this is what once was a designated smoking area at a public park near me, but to me, it's still a designated smoking area in my heart because there's a little bit of an ashtray over there. This area isn't anything crazy. It's just a concrete pad with a wooden bench on it and an ashtray over to the side over there, and the ashtray is very full, if I do say so myself, but this is still a pretty fire, well, smoking area in my personal opinion. You know, looking off into the distance, we've got a beautiful view, if I do say so myself. We've got a nice view of the buildings over here as well, and as we can see, lots of boards going all the way down there kind of thing. I think that's meant to prevent break-ins now that these buildings aren't being used anymore, and I figure these buildings are probably going to be gone sooner rather than later. It's a shame. It's a shame. I really do like this area. I really do like these buildings. These buildings used to be part of like a mental health facility and stuff like that kind of thing, and they used to be used as offices for it. I think they're very aesthetically interesting, and they're very aesthetically pleasing to me, at least. I realize they're not everybody's thing, but it is a shame that they're about to be torn down, but hey, stuff changes, time moves forward, and that's just how it goes. So I figured, you know, there's no better way to send off designated smoking area and these buildings than to smoke a cigarette right here. So I'm doing so today. Yeah, do suppose without further ado, I should probably go ahead and put my camera down, and I should probably go ahead and actually get to smoking. I'm not actually going to be sitting on this bench right here itself today, as it is quite wet, if I do say so myself. It's been raining today, but thankfully not raining right now. I've got a pack of LD Red 100 cigarettes with me today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get my pack all opened up, and let's get one of them out. And, you know, I do suppose without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get my lighter out, and I should probably go ahead and get to smoking so I can actually smoke a cigarette in what once was a designated smoking area. Technically not anymore, as there's no signage, but it's still a designated smoking area in my heart. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to smoking. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? And not gonna lie, that is pretty solid, if I do say so myself. Absolutely no complaints on my behalf. Man, solid. This area, though, I do really like it, and especially with the fall leaves on the ground and stuff like that, it really is quite nice. It really is quite nice. It's just, even on kind of a very cloudy, darker day than not today, this is still an area that I personally find to be quite pretty. It's not pretty in the traditional sense, like, wow, that's a flower kind of thing. It's pretty in a very different sense, but I really like this area. It's a shame that this area right here, this smoking area, is no longer one. There used to be a sign literally right about where I'm standing right now. It stood about, I would have to say, probably that high, and just had like designated smoking area on it as a sign. It's a shame that sign is no longer here, and it's a shame these buildings are all getting boarded up. Yeah, I don't know when they're going to be tearing these buildings down exactly, but I figure it can't be too soon from now if they're boarding up all the windows and everything like that. I do hope it ends up being something more along the lines of they repurpose these buildings and use them as like event places or something like that, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen if I had to guess, because these buildings are old enough to have asbestos in them. So if I had to hazard a guess, it's probably just better worth tearing them down than trying to redo the entire interiors for a couple $100,000 for a building that probably isn't worth it anyway. And this isn't a public park, so it's not like the park has an unlimited budget. And so I understand it. But it is still a shame. It is still a shame. Now, I am seeing one thing right over there, and I see a no smoking sign. Are y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Or should we smoke some of this cigarette in the no smoking area as well? This is what once was a designated smoking area. But I still see the no smoking sign. That is a no smoking area outside of, well, a building that is getting boarded up. I'm gonna take one more hit real quick. Maybe two. And you know, I'm thinking I'm gonna walk over here real quick, and I'm gonna take a couple puffs in front of that no smoking sign, because you know, I gotta do it to him. I gotta do it to him. I gotta smoke a cigarette in the no smoking area next to the building that is quite possibly gonna get destroyed soon. I gotta do it. It says that they've moved. I don't know what that address is, but it says that they've moved. But there's the no smoking sign right there. Let's take a puff or two, baby. Yes, sir. Always got to be big ballin', breaking the rules, you know what I'm saying? No complaints on my behalf. Glad to have smoked a little bit of a cigarette in a no smoking area while making a video about smoking a cigarette in what once was a designated smoking area. And I am getting a little bit buzzed from this cigarette, I'm not gonna lie. I am thoroughly enjoying it. And I'm kind of wanting to sit down, but this table right here that I'm standing at, it is very wet, and I'm wearing jeans, and jeans do not dry. So I think standing is going to be my best option. I think sitting is a bad choice right now. But I mean, like, hey, we ball, you know what I'm saying? We ball. Now, as mentioned, this ashtray, it is very full. But since I am in what once was a designated smoking area, and since this area, well, does indeed have an ashtray, you know, I'm thinking I might as well use it. Just hearing a car drive by. He's got a trailer. Trying to figure out how I want to grab a thumbnail for the video. Hopefully one of those will do. We will find out. The LD Red 100s are okay. I bought them because they're cheap, because cigarettes are getting expensive near me. So, I'm smoking cheap cigarettes these days, I'll acknowledge. But they're okay. I don't mind them by any means. They get the job done, that's for sure. And I think that's all I had to my cigarette. So I'm gonna go ahead and stub it out on the ground. And, well now, without further ado, let's go ahead and put this cigarette right here in the ashtray right here. And, well, let's finish off the video just like that. Appreciate y'all watching today's video where I smoked a cigarette at what once was a designated smoking area. It might no longer be one. There's no signage, but it's still a designated smoking area in my heart, and I'm very glad to have smoked a cigarette here. And overall, I think I can confirm that this is a solid spot to have a cigarette, and I think I can confirm that it's going to be a shame once it's gone. Kind of already is gone because there's no signage, but this bench is nice. This bench is nice, you know? Got a good view that way, good view that way. It's gonna be a shame. It's gonna be a shame once it's gone. Appreciate y'all watching this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and I hope that even if they destroy this building, this bench makes it through. And if you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, like, subscribe, check out everything in the description down below. Until the next one, stay safe in peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?